National League East, Freddie Freeman had a great day driving in 5 on 3 hits, leading the Braves to a victory over the Nationals 12-3. They now have 5 straight wins. As of right now, the Braves sit in first place in the National League East division. They are more than 10 games ahead of second, while the Nationals are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Seattle Mariners picked up, 19 hits in this one as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 11-6. Heading into the day, the Mets sit in second place in the National League East division. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Mariners sit in third place in the American League West division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Phillies combined for a 4-hitter as they beat the visiting Marlins 2-0. As of today, the Phillies are in fourth place in the NL East. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Marlins are second in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. Mike Moustakas drove in 3 as the Reds took care of the Cardinals 3-2. Entering the day's action, the Reds sit in first place in the National League Central Division. They are more than 10 games ahead of second, while the Cardinals are third in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Buccos launched 3 home runs as they stomped the Brewers 8-0. At the start of the day, the Pirates sit in last place in the National League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Brewers are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Arizona Diamondbacks only allowed 2 hits in the game as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 4-0. Heading into the day, the Rockies are in last place in the NL West. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Diamondbacks are third in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Dodgers combined to give up just 5 hits as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 2-0. They stayed hot with their 10th in a row. In the standings, the Dodgers sit in first place in the National League West division. They are more than 10 games ahead of second. And the Cubs are in second place in the NL Central, but they currently lead the NL wildcard race. The Friars completed a 3-game series sweep as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 6-5. Entering the day's action, the Giants are in fourth place in the NL West. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Padres have now clinched one of 2 NL wildcard spots with the win. The Toronto Blue Jays snapped a 9-game losing streak as they beat the visiting Rays 3-0. At the start of the day, the Blue Jays are in fourth place in the AL East. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Rays are second in the division. They're 7 games back. The Baltimore Orioles swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they walked off in extras against the Red Sox 6-5. Heading into the day, the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Red Sox are third in the division, 8 games out of first. Carlos Rodon got the win, putting him at double digits this season with 10, helping the White Sox push past the Royals 2-0. He is currently in the top 5 in the AL in shutouts. As of today, the White Sox are in third place in the AL Central, 17 games out of first, while the Royals are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. Ryan Tepera got the win, his 6th so far this year, as the Indians took care of Detroit 5-4. In the standings, the Indians have clinched the AL Central Division and a postseason berth. They will be playing in October. And the Tigers are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Yankees hit 3 long balls as they stole a victory in extra innings over the Twins 4-2. Entering the day's action, the Twins are in second place in the AL Central, yet they currently hold a spot in the race for the American League wild card, while the Yankees sit atop the American League East division, a sizable 7 games ahead of second. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim broke up their 7-game losing skid as they defeated the A's in Oakland 4-3. Heading into the day, the A's are atop the American League West. They hold a comfortable 5-game advantage. And the Angels are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Houston Astros finished off a 3-game sweep as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 8-2. As of right now, the Rangers sit in fourth place in the American League West. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Astros have now clinched one of 2 AL wildcard spots with the win. As always, thanks for tuning in. That's all we've got this morning. Enjoy the games later today, and we'll see you tomorrow.